Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. We getting a little better with them operas, knuckle. We getting a little better with hitting that opera, knuckle. Now, I was doing a video on the way home. I was falling asleep. Video was trash, so I decided to do one right here. On the computer. Got a few videos I gotta drop. Now, the Jaguars and Bengals. This was probably the best Thursday night game we've had in a while. We have two number one picks, two national title holders. I think they both won the Heisman. I'm not sure. But anyway, they hyped this game up. They've been pushing the LSU versus Clemson. Will Trevor Lawrence get his revenge? And early on, it looked like it. Trevor Lawrence was balling early on. He was moving the ball well. They came out and they attacked the Bengals run defense. When you're going against a good pass rushing team, this is one of the keys you need to do. You need to run the ball. And they ran the ball well. They ran the ball well. They found them a guy in, what's his name? Let's see. Okay. Now, basically, the running back for the Jaguars, because remember, Etienne was supposed to be the starter, the guy from Clemson who went to school with Trevor Lawrence. Now, James Robinson, that's his name. James Robinson and Trevor Lawrence basically were running that spread option, and it was working. They did a good job moving the ball with it. James was getting some things done. Trevor made some throws that were remarkable. I was like, okay, this guy's straight. James Robinson basically got 2 touchdowns in the game. Trevor got 1 running on the ground. But here's my thing, though. They're praising Trevor Lawrence for the ability to move the ball, run, using his legs. You see Trevor out there using his legs. You know, Troy Aikman was so adamant about pointing that out all night. It was becoming sickening. I was like, Troy, okay, shut up. But see, when Lamar does this and stuff, he's not praised. Lamar's said, oh, he's a running back when he completes almost 66% of his passes a game. So for the year. Now, also coming alive for Trevor was Shenault. Laviska Shenault. He was his guy. In the upcoming part of the season, you're going to basically see, these guys handle their business and basically get their job done. Defensively, they did a great job early on. They were holding Burrow and them. Burrow and them guy missed it. McPherson, their kicker, he missed the kick wide left. So that kind of messed the momentum up, and that gave it to the Jaguars to score. If the Jaguars would have scored at the end of the half, this game would have been over. But because the Bengals defense stood tall and they blasted Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence tried to go in. The dude just said, gave him one of them hits. Put him down. Now, Joe Burrow, out of the both of the quarterbacks, Joe Burrow is light years ahead of Trevor Lawrence. I'm sorry. He is a much better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence. Now, Trevor Lawrence may get better. He may progress as the season goes on. But for some reason, Trevor Lawrence, to me, I like his demeanor. I like his calmness. I like how he doesn't have his head down. Like I said, he's sort of like Eli. It's like you don't even know they're there, but they're there. If that makes any sense. Now, for the Bengals, Burrow's 2 touchdown passes to Uzma. CJ Uzma at tight end is a problem. Him and Jamar Chase got some big catches. Tyler Boyd was the person who really was killing. He was in the slot. He was getting all the underneath stuff. Jamar Chase was killing over top. This Bengals team is going to be dangerous. Defensively, I like how they are. Sorry about that. I like how they are. Their front four gets after the quarterback. They'll sometimes send the pressure / blitz, and they'll get it done. But other than that, overall, it was just a tale of two halves. The Jaguars came out and blew their load in the beginning. And then the Bengals, they started off slow. Second half came, they capitalized. And then the Los Angeles Chargers need to watch the Cincinnati Bengals to see how to close a game. Because they ran the ball, and Burrow made some underneath throws to get him in position for the field goal to win it. That's what the Chargers need to look at, is how to manage the game instead of throwing all the time down the stretch. And you just need a field goal, I believe, to win. Excuse me. But shout out to Jamar Chase, because I believe everyone was on this case like, he's dropping all these passes, and I'm just sitting there laughing like, this is preseason. Preseason doesn't mean nothing. Preseason is just to see how much depth you have on your team. It doesn't show that you have a great team. It just shows that you have depth on your team, and that your team could be legitimately tough to beat with all that depth. Because if somebody goes down, another guy could jump in, and it's like nobody was missing. But this game, I give this game an A-. I know some people gonna be like, well, man, you're giving it real high. I was watching this, at work, while I was finishing up my route, and I was watching the game. This was a very good game. It showed Joe Burrow and how he kept his calm, and he looked like he belongs, like he was comfortable in the pocket. Trevor Lawrence, to me, is not that good throwing from the pocket. To me, he has to roll out, he has to run to get his throws off. And to me, those type of quarterbacks like Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen, if you keep them in the pocket, you can dominate. You can dominate those guys. You can shut them down. But Urban Meyer, he keeps talking like he's trying to make an exit strategy. Like he's trying to make an exit plan. Like, I'm not used to this losing. Like, okay, that's fine. Trevor Lawrence isn't either. This team is young. And there was some bright spots. There are some bright spots for the Jaguars. You got James Robinson, who's a young guy. You have Laviska Shenault. You just found your guy who can get the ball between the numbers, between the first between you got a guy who could play the slot and who could get the passes, who could get the middle of the field and everything. Marvin Jones, they brought him over from the Lions. So like I said, the Jaguars have a team. Now Shark went out with an injury. Hope he gets back. But they have a good team. Miles Jack is still there on defense. You have Josh Allen, the guy off the edge, one of the best DNs in the league. And then you got Shaquille Griffin playing corner, Trey Herndon. They got a good team. It just takes time. But I hope Urban Meyer don't pull a Bobby Petrino and then just leaving a letter in everybody's locker room like, yo, I'm finna bounce. But I could see Urban Meyer not finishing the season. But if he finishes the season, I don't see him coming back because I don't think he's built to go through adversity. Like Jimmy Johnson, his first year, they were trash. They were like 1-15, but Jimmy Johnson had the fortitude and background to still stay and to still be strong. Like, look, man, we're getting there. We're getting there. So to me, that's the thing that's going to be the question mark is Urban Meyer. Now with what was I gonna say? So but get a game at A minus. Believe it was good defensively. Both teams showed they could play. The Jaguars are on the right course. Trevor Lawrence is going to get better. Trevor surprised me tonight. He played real good, but he's played good the past few games. It's just that the Jaguars don't know how to close. If they learn how to close, they'll be tough to beat. Now, let's look at the teams. The total yards, Cincinnati had 420 to Jacksonville's 341. Passing yards, Cincinnati had 342 to Jacksonville's 202. Rushing yards, Jacksonville was killing them with the run. They had 139 total rushing yards to Cincinnati. Oh, excuse me. To Cincinnati 78. Sorry, y'all, allergies. Average yards per play, Jacksonville had 6.2. Had 6, to Cincinnati's 8. Points scored, of course, 24-21. Fumbles lost. Both teams did not have any fumbles, and both teams did not turn the ball over by throwing a pick, which was great. And the sacks allowed was 1 each. Third down efficiency, Cincinnati was at 55%, while Jacksonville was at 50%. Time of possession, Jacksonville had the ball for 28 minutes, while Cincinnati had the ball for 31 minutes. So that time of possession, was very key. And penalties, this is what kept Jacksonville winning. Cincinnati committed more penalties. They had 6 to Jacksonville's 2. If Cincinnati wants to be recognized as a good to great team, they got to work on that. You got to work on that because that could cost you down the line when you're in the playoffs or you're in the Super Bowl, wherever you're at. It could cost you down the line. And somebody could mess up that play. It could be one play. And it's over. You lost. So that's why I said the athletes, and that's why I said to these amateur fans is that it's not about just the numbers. It's a team sport. I always look at the team stats. I don't look at the individual stats. I look at the team stats. The team stats tell you everything you need to know about the game. So let me know in the comment section what you thought about the game. The Bengals, I believe, have the best. I think them and the Browns have the best record. But I wouldn't sleep on the Ravens. Oh, excuse me. I wouldn't sleep on them Ravens. The Ravens could be tough. Just letting you know. So, thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash App be at the word welcome, the number 2, and an HDIITV. So, and Lawrence had blocking, and Burrow in the second half had a lot of blocking. But these two are the premier players of the league. They could be the face of the league, either one. They could be your new Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning duo. So we are out. Deezy.